Hello, my beautiful Gemini. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, darling, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot message for the month of July 2021. So if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading, Gemini, today, let me know in the comments below which cards do and how they do. I always like to call them your aha moments that you might have with the cards, because that is how I keep up with y'all, is through those comments. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, Gemini, please, or you just enjoy my vibe, darling, right? You don't have to just enjoy the reading, but it would be nice if you enjoyed the reading, to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always am super appreciative when you guys do that for me, Gemini. But remember, put it in perspective. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't. I don't believe tarot cards should be making choices in your life, because it's your life to live, not mine. These cards are just here to give you some food for thought and a perspective for you to consider, but never making the choices in your life. So let's just get into your weekly reading today now, Gemini. The energy that you're currently in, this card came flying out when I was doing your pre-shuffle, Gemini, and it was so aggressive when it did too. So I was just like, all right, darling, I guess I will take it, because normally, like this week, Gemini, just intuitively, I just haven't really felt drawn to pulling out any cards that just come flying out during the pre-shuffle. But for you guys, I felt drawn to. You guys are the extraordinary. You guys are getting the special treatment, Gemini, so don't tell nobody. Seven of Cups, though. Let's get into this. Seven of Cups, this lets me know decisions, options, choices, right? Weighing things out, Gemini, kind of reminiscent of your last week's reading, I believe, as well. This lets me know this sense for you, Gemini, of, how do we say... It just feels, again, as this sense of where it's like things are just up in the air, and it's like, I almost feel as if it's because usually the Seven of Cups represents indecisions, Gemini, but I don't feel like you're necessarily indecisive. It just feels as if you need more information, or you're waiting for more information before you necessarily make a decision, because it's like everything can just change with a blip, right? If things were a different, like, depending on how details pan out, like your decision would change, essentially, right? Excuse me, Gemini. So, Two of Swords in the reverse with the Four of Cups, confirming to me, Gemini, that yeah, you guys are not necessarily at a crossroads in a sense, or being indecisive. You guys are just waiting for a sign. You're quite literally, probably, Gemini, coming into this reading being like, all right, I need a sign. This is quite literally your sign, Gemini. And I know that's like that corny like thing for like a lot of like popular like titles on TikTok and stuff like that, as being like, oh, take this as your sign. But quite literally, like, Gemini, where can we just acknowledge like what I was just saying before I pulled more cards, where it's like you're looking for more information. Two of Swords in the reverse, usually this is like a card of you kind of like keeping your eyes closed, pretending like you don't need to make a choice, committing to like one way or another, right? Because this is in the reverse, I see this as a situation where it's like, yeah, no, it's not necessarily a crossroads, it's not necessarily a place where you're being indecisive, Gemini. You're just waiting to be shown something. You're waiting for a sign, because the Four of Cups, this is you just sitting here, and usually this is a card of where it's like spirit here is presenting another cup here, presenting another option, and you're not seeing it. But this is what you're waiting for. You're waiting for that type of moment. You're waiting for being like, have this cup presented to you, and then you're just like, oh, okay, now I know I need to make the choice and go with this cup or what have you, right? You're just waiting for a sign. You're waiting for more information, Gemini. Ten of Swords in the reverse. So if this is a sense of like in terms of a person, Gemini, right? You're waiting for a sign and being like, all right, well, how does this person feel? Are they going to communicate, right? It does feel as if like, I don't know if there's been bad blood, Gemini, or if there's just like something that's causing you anxiety from you like reaching out actively to this person, Gemini. But with this card coming in this format where it's just like, all right, you're kind of like waiting for communication from somebody, because in the sense of a Ten of Swords, that's, Ten of Swords is like scars, right? And so when this is in the inverted, this is letting me know it's just like you're kind of waiting for where like they stand, or just like trying to understand where they are at mentally before you make your next decision. If that's, of course, in regards to a person, right? Ten of Swords still comes in the sense of where it's like you're kind of waiting for the dust to settle before you make a decision on your life, right? Just trying to cover all the bases for my Geminis, because all of you guys are not obviously going to be socially involved all the time, right? The Magician card coming in as well, Gemini. Now, this is a situation of where it's like, be careful of being too controlling of the situation, Gemini. Be careful of you, because like how I'm gonna just give you guys the tough love or like just the honest talk, right? Just kind of like the advice that I would want my friend to have if I was talking about something, right? You know, this is like, you know, the Magician is good energy, right? This is like the intent on just trying to elevate things, to build things, right? Gemini, that's your intent. But if there's other energies involved, you have to acknowledge that other people have to make their own choices. And like, even if, you know, you are on just like, if there's like a problem, you, Gemini, may just want to be like, well, let's just talk it out right now. Let's duke it out like right now, darling. Like, like, what do you mean we need a break, darling? We can just talk about it now, right? What does time need to do? It's like, Gemini, well, I'm not entirely disagreeing with you, but that would be my own personal bias. But the Magician card is the card where it's just like, you know, very controlling, being like, let's do things my way, right? And so kind of maybe perhaps let up on this idea of acknowledging that you have to do things, you don't have to do things your way. Have always things always go by your pace. And I always kind of tell you that, Gemini. And I know you acknowledge that, but you know, maybe just serving as like that gentle reminder, darling, right? I don't feel like it's anything out of hand for you though, just because of these other cards coming in. So let's see what's going to be the challenge this week for you, Gemini, right? Let's see what challenge is going to be for you this week. We have the Knight of Swords coming in here, so definitely in terms of like your mentality, that's going to be the challenge, keeping yourself motivated, Gemini. I do get the sense that maybe not necessarily like your struggle, like I wouldn't describe this energy as necessarily like depressed, Gemini. I don't feel like you're depressed. Watch someone in the comments be like, Velka, you want to bet, darling? How much money you want to put on that? But it does necessarily feel like you kind of have to constantly reassure yourself with a certain situation. You kind of have to just, it's taking a, obviously it always takes like conscious effort, Gemini, to like for us to maintain the most elevated mindset that we can possibly have. But it does feel like for you guys, you're having to put a little bit more effort in than normal, Gemini, to just like find reasons to just, I mean, it sounds dramatic, but I know you'll understand it, Gemini, right? Just like finding reasons to just wake up in the morning. Doesn't mean like you want to die or anything, Gemini. It just means it's just like, man, it's like you're exhausted, darling, right? Naturally, you're exhausted, especially with that Seven of Cups. I say Seven of Cups and I'm bringing this Two of Swords. Seven of Cups, right? It's just like you just want a sense of just like things to just ride out normal. That's something I definitely said in your last week's reading, Gemini. So let's get a little bit more. Actually, I don't feel like we need to even get into too much more detail with this, Gemini, but let's see how it plays out. We have the, wow. So this kind of just fell flat down, Gemini. We have the ace of, like, the three of these together. And if you're not new to my readings, Gemini, no shame if you are, darling. Welcome to the family. Hopefully you choose to stay. Give this video a like and subscribe, darling. But, so ridiculous. Ace of Cups, I always do threes. Like, it's my favorite number, and clarifiers, I always like to do threes. Some of y'all may have noticed that. Ace of Cups coming in. This came out in just like a pile like this. Ace of Cups came out. Notice how I even said, I'll promise I'll get to the cards, Gemini, but like notice how I even said at the beginning, the Seven of Cups came flying out during a pre-shuffle, still coming in this fashion. So we're really connected this week, Gemini. What's up? Ace of Cups coming in, Wheel of Fortune, both in the upright with the Eight of Wands in the reverse coming in here. So things are turning out. Have some patience, Gemini. You definitely are going to be getting the sign that you need. That's going to really like open things up for you, that's going to really reinstill some faith, some hope for you. You're going to be finding some reasons, out exterior reasons, I feel, that'll give you that reassurance, right? Eight of Wands here in the reverse. Now, this is more so because I feel like for some of you Geminis, you guys have been stressing about being like, all right, well, I need a plan, like a plan B, plan C, plan D, darling, if the other plans don't work. And while, again, put this in perspective, Gemini, I don't know y'all's lives, right? And I'm all about having 20 different plans just as a Libra, naturally. But this comes in, I don't want to neglect like the direct message that this is, Gemini, where it's like you don't have anything to worry about. You don't need to worry about plan B, C, D, whatever, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, whatever, P, Q, R, S, right? Things are going to be working out. The wheels of fortune are turning in your favor, especially when it's paired with the Ace of Cups. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, Gemini, you're going to feel so good. You're going to be able to just breathe soon, right? Your plans that you've been thinking about, in case this doesn't work, and, insert X, Y, and Z reality that you think for yourself on this worst case scenarios, right? Those worst case scenarios, well, it's, naturally it's you just trying to protect yourself, right? It's not preservation, right? That's the word, self-preservation. So I get it, but you're gonna eventually, I guess you'll see it eventually, Gemini, where it's like it's gonna be proven to you. Because yeah, Eight of Cups coming in as well, you definitely feel like you might feel a little bit flighty in a situation, Gemini. And similar to Libra's reading, I kind of want to tell you as well to ride things out a little bit more, right? Let things just like settle a little bit more. I feel like allow the Wheel of Fortune to do its work for a little bit longer, and you'll be happy with the results. That's all I'm gonna say on that, Gemini. So let's get into your hopes and dreams now, Gemini. What are your hopes and dreams, darling? Ten of Pentacles, what a wholesome card to be having, Gemini. For your whole hopes and dreams, this is you just craving stability. I mean, also, we're gonna have to acknowledge, Gemini, right? It could be a little bit less wholesome, right? With the Pentacles, it represents finances, darling, so you're just craving a lot more finances. But finances don't have to be not as wholesome, right? I mean, honey, I could be using some financial help as well, darling. Doesn't make it any less wholesome. Like, can't we all be using some money, darling? But you're overall just, as I was saying, like, I feel like I even made the comment earlier where it's like you're just craving for stability, right? You're craving for some sense of peace, right? You're just wanting everything to just be going okay for you, Gemini. I know that might sound like a little bit dramatic, but yeah, Five of Wands in the reverse coming in, yeah. So we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. You're kind of just wanting things to just like, you want almost like the sense of forgiveness, or things to just go back to how they used to be, or just things to just, feel nice, right? You just want everyone to get along, right? You want to just go to the part of where it's just like everyone can just be like a community, everyone can just be whole, everyone can just be a family again, without all the dysfunction, right? Or at the very least, if that dysfunction is going to be there, Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, at least the intention is all just in the name of love, right? At least like the chaos is like good chaos, a lot of just like different opportunities coming your way, rather than just, you want to be juggling like some good stuff rather than just constantly juggling a bunch of different dramas as the Five of Wands, right? You're just wanting to just be like, instead of thinking about like life altering decisions, you want to be thinking about, it's like, oh, what do I want to paint my cabinets this summer, right? Or you want to be thinking about just like more wholesome, like calm, like existing human thoughts, rather than like thinking about how you're going to survive, how you're going to pay that next bill, sort of thing, Gemini. So yeah, let's get some cards. I do feel inclined, Gemini, to just do a quick extra spread just in terms for my Geminis that are single. We have this Emperor card coming in the again, this is the card that came like flying out. These cards keep coming in, Gemini. Now, I was getting the sense, I felt really drawn to do like a little bit of, again, didn't do this for any of the other signs, but I felt drawn to do singles for you guys. And Emperor card coming in the right here, so it's kind of flip-floppy energy. Gemini, especially with this Knight of Wands and this in the reverse with the Hermit card, I feel like this is coming in for a specific message for some Geminis, where it's just like, don't be waiting out for some type of person. Don't be waiting out for some wishy-washy person. This is major like F-boy energy, if I'm going to be honest, Gemini, right? This is a time for you guys just kind of be reclusive for now. Don't be engaging with it. It's very counterintuitive with where you're trying to go with your life, Gemini. So it was very much so like this message needed to come out strongly for those Geminis that are just dealing with an Emperor card that's in the sideways, a sideways Emperor, darling. Like y'all, some of y'all Geminis have been dealing with the sideways emperor, and this is coming in as so strongly in a message where it's just like that people, you guys want to be like, honey, you gotta tell these Geminis something, darling. You gotta tell them. I know you don't normally do this, Velka, but you gotta tell these Geminis not to mess with these F boys, not to mess with these F girls, right? Because I know all my Geminis aren't girls. But yeah, take that as you will, Gemini. Obviously, that's not going to resonate with everybody. But yeah, that's the reading that I have for you, Gemini. I hope hopefully, rather, you found some cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading for July 2021. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Gemini. Also, I do private personal readings. I have it linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. All that is just SimplyVelca, Gemini. And yeah, I love you so much. If you have a friend that's into tarot, or even if they're not, darling, send them one of my Zodiac weekly videos for them, and maybe they'll find a tarot message that resonates with them as well. But yeah, I love you so much, Gemini. Talk to you later. Bye.